Yo, what's upper? I'm your girl A1 the artist, aka I am the black sheep.
And I'm your girl Robin.
And today we're going to talk about the shit that people think about
but don't want to talk about. Similar thoughts.
Hey, what's up? What's upper? So, if you are with us still, that is freaking awesome because we are in episode 10 and I am happy that you guys are listening to us. It makes me happy. So, yes.
This is a milestone episode.
This is. A1. We are halfway through this thing.
Digits.
Yes. Gang. Yes, definitely. I'm super excited.
You haven't given up on me.
Likewise. I haven't got too crazy for you. So, this week, we are going to talk about friendship. So, if you see in the title, what about your friends? Will they stand your ground? Will they let you down? What about your friends?
Preach. What about that?
So, yeah.
What about them?
So, what is your definition of friendship? Like, what makes a true friend for you?
What makes a true friend for me?
Yes.
Man, it is holding me down is a true friend. Holding me accountable is a true friend. Not letting me walk around with something on my chin is a true
That's fact.
Like,
or the boogies in your eyes, or in something in your nose, something in your teeth. Yeah, like all that.
Like don't spare my feelings. If something's not right, you let me know. That's what true friendship is. It's just honesty, holding you accountable and holding you down. What about you?
Friendship for me is a lot. Like friendship and love are two words that I don't use lightly at all. Like both of those words are like, I feel like that people just throw around, but they don't necessarily mean them. So it takes a lot for me to call a person my friend. And if I do decide to call you my friend, then you might probably gonna be my dog for life. But yeah, definitely the accountability thing. I feel like that a friend should help you grow. That you should be able to learn from that friend and they should be able to learn from you. I think that you should support each other. I feel like that you should be able to trust them with information and trust that information is going to stay with that person versus them coming telling everybody's business. Or I think that the loyalty should be there and just all around, like you said, like hold you down, like, and when things get rough, like you should be like, I go to jail, I should be able to call you and be like, hey, I'm in jail, can you come get me out? Like that's like, those are things that you kind of, when you think of friendship, I think that my definition definitely has changed over the years, because when I was younger it was like, oh, you cool, you smoke, you drink, then we friends. But now it's like I hold friendship to a whole different standard.
Yeah, and what you said about having a friend you can learn something from, that's also very important, is having a friend that benefits you. And not just, somebody who can spend money on you or things like that, but someone that is helping you.
Yeah. Be
a better person.
Yeah.
Not just the friend, that's always down to smoke, always down to go out and hang, always down to, party. Right. No, a friend who wants to build with you and wants to see you do better and vice versa.
Yeah, because it's like, and then you don't want somebody to be a yes man as a friend. Like, everything I'm doing is cool or everything that I'm doing is all right. Like, no, if I'm fucking up, like, let me know. Like, that goes back to the accountability thing. And I think it's so many friendships. Like, I had a friendship that we have been friends, like, all our lives as kids. But, like, as a grown person, it's like, you still on that same BS. And it's like, when you gonna grow out of that? And then it's always like, oh, well, it's just that person and that's just the way they are. But it's like, if you keep hearing that all your life, when are you gonna change and try to be better? Well, maybe you won't. Maybe you'll keep being that same person. It's like, okay, if that's gonna be who you are, then I don't think that our friendship can continue because you still on bullshit. So I don't know.
No, you're right. You're right. So, are you the type of woman that like flocks more to men or to women? And like, what are your thoughts on a platonic friendship? Like, do you think a man and a woman can be BFS and and not have anything else going on?
Ah, that's a muddy one. So, okay, yes and no. And I say this because as a young person, like I've never been able to be friends with girls. Like I've had girls that were like around, but I think most of the girls that were in my life, they just wanted to holler at my guy friends. There's maybe a couple of girls that were my friends that I can truly say that they were my friends when I was younger. But majority of them, like I hung out. It was like, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was 6 guys, and we all grew up together. And so I used to play football and baseball and all of the tomboy type activities. But if something go down, like they were like my brothers, and so I knew that they were gonna have my back like that. And it never became like, oh, I want to sleep with you, or there was that kind of attraction. Maybe when we got older, and then the grown person started coming out or whatever. I do have one of my friends that turned into something different than what it started. But we're still good friends now. Like we realized that the relationship element of it was not beneficial for either one of us. So that came and went. But essentially speaking, like I still am cool with all the guy friends that I grew up with. So I think that you can be friends, but I do think that if one or the other person starts liking the other more, then it can turn into something different.
Do you think that's something that's like inevitable with a guy and girl friendship? Like somebody is bound to catch feelings?
I think it depends on the people. Like, like there's some of my like guy friends like that we've been friends, and I just never looked at them that way because I'm like, nah, I just know you're not the type of person that I would be with like that. And then, like I said, there one relationship where I was like, I could see this friendship being more than that, and it was vice versa. But as time passed and with me moving away, that relationship became just a platonic friendship, and we still friends to this day. So
Okay.
I think
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
it just depends. What about you? What's your take on it?
I've never had a guy best friend that's not gay. I would say that. I've never had like a straight male best friend or even like a close friend. Like, okay. There was one guy I used to work with him, and we got along really, really well. Like he turned out to be the homie. Like I loved him. Then we ended up both catching feelings.
Mm-hmm.
We should not have, and we tried it out. It didn't work, and now like I haven't spoken to him in years.
Oh.
It sucks because it's like you risk losing a friend once you catch feelings. Because if it doesn't work out, like can you go back to just what it used to be?
And that's where the friendship I was talking about, where we both decided that the friendship was more valuable than the relationship. And so we never pursued the relationship further than what it needed to be. So yeah. I don't know. It all depends on the person. You know what I mean? Like
it does.
I think like 9 out of 10 chances though, one of the person end up liking the other one. Like I feel like that it always fall that way.
I mean, like it's a straight man, and a straight woman spending all this time together, getting to know each other. I just feel like
it's bound.
It has to happen. Yeah, it's bound to happen.
I agree.
Even if you don't want it to happen, it's just natural. But I don't know. I feel like if I had did what you had done, we probably would still be friends because he was a really cool dude, and like I loved him as the homie, and it just didn't work. So I don't know. For me, I haven't had that male friend that was just a friend, so I don't know.
Yeah,
what it's like.
Yeah, and see, I don't know, like, and then typically thinking I have more of a testosterone type mentality, and I've always had. Maybe it comes from like growing up around boys or being a tomboy or all of the things, but I've always understood the male psyche a lot more than females. Like I remember being young and thinking like females were annoying to hang out with. It wasn't until like recently where, and I still think some females are annoying to hang out with, but I just recently started acquiring female friends. And I was like, it's just so much drama with girls, though. Like, they always, it's just, it is, though, because it's like, they, they backstabbing and the lies and the sneaky conniving, and it's just always so much drama. And so it's yeah, it's just it's hard to really for me to really trust girls that way because I know how females are. I've watched females do some scandalous shit, and I'm like, really, like, and I'm like, damn, that's why I can't rock with them. Like the only female that stood strong when I was growing up was my cousin, and we rocked hard until we both moved away from each other. But other than that, I can't think of one female that was solid, you know. And so I always been skeptical about. Hey, I can't think of too many females that I let in because there's so much I guess trauma behind my past and what I've saw and what I've been through.
Okay, because I was about to ask, you said from like childhood you've always been more of like a guy's girl.
Uh-huh.
What if it's okay to ask, like what happened in your childhood for you to want to flock to men? Because me personally, like I'm a girl's girl. Like I love having girlfriend. I can't imagine having the guy friend. So like what if you don't mind me asking, like
I don't know, it just kinda
what is it?
I can't like it wasn't like girls were mean to me. Like I remember being in third grade and I had this one friend and we rocked it out until like a good fourth, fifth grade, and then when we both went to separate schools, that's when we stopped being friends. But I don't know. I can't say that it wasn't like traumatic to me per se, but I just watched how females moved and it just didn't sit well with me, and I was like, it just when my personality just naturally vibe with guys better. Like even today, like I'll meet somebody and I'll fall into the what do they call it, the friend zone very quickly with guys because they like, oh, you like them, one of the homies, and I'm like, that's not what I was going for, but okay.
Yeah, I was about to ask you. So how does it feel when stuff like that happens? Like because I don't know if is that insulting to call you like a guy's girl? Like is that.
Well, I don't take offense to that.
Oh, okay. Like I wasn't. It's not, no offense behind it, but it's like, how does it feel when that does happen? Like, there's a guy that you really like, but he sees you as a friend. Like, do you stay friends with them, or like what happens?
I stay friends with them. I'll be like, we cool.
You stay friends?
Yeah. I just
and
be
it's
like,
easy for you?
Yeah. Because I'm like, okay.
Like,
I'm like, you're just not that into me. Like, okay, it's cool. And if they're a cool person, I'll keep being cool with them. But, you know.
See, I get embarrassed easily. And if I let you know I'm feeling you and you just see me as like one of your friends, I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, okay, so I don't
ghost.
I don't not ghost. I don't pursue it per se. Like okay, so first of all, it depends on how we met. Like if we met and we met to be like friends, or if like we met within the circumstance of us being more than friends. Like if you go on a date, like I've had situations where I've gone on dates with guys and I fell into the friend zone over time, and then I've had situations where we were friends first and I started liking them along the way, and then it's kind of like I want to shoot my shot, but I don't. Because I kind of feel like if I feel like the relationship leads that way, you can kind of tell. Feel like that you can tell anything that a person really wants to say by their body language. Like they may not say what they really feel out of their mouth, but if you watch their body language, they'll tell you everything that you want to know. And so if I get the inkling like, oh, this person may like me back, then I might pursue it. But if I don't, like I've never verbalized like, oh, I like you more than friends. And so, but I can tell like, oh, okay, you treat me like the homie, so I must be the homie, and I'll just leave it at that. Like I don't get offended by it. I'm just like, maybe I'm not your cup of tea, and I'm fine with that.
Okay. So, like, what are some deal breakers when it comes to friendship? Like, what makes you stop wanting to be friends with somebody?
If you lie, definitely is a big one to me. Like I don't feel like you have any reason to lie to me at all. And if I feel like I can't trust you, like once you break the trust, like I'll give you like baseball 3 times. If you break the trust once, depending on what it is, because if it's a major thing, then it's a strikeout on the first try. But I'll give you a couple of like situations. Like I've had a relationship where I thought I was friends with somebody, or I saw a friend potential in this person, and I actually looked at them as being my friend. And then the first strike was they lied right to my face, and I knew they were lying. You know, you can tell somebody lying, but they lying anyway. Like I knew, I knew they was lying, and I was just looking at them like, I know you lying right now. You can't even look me in my eyes. You lying so hard, and so I was like, that came back as being a lie, and I was like, okay, I'll forgive you. And then the next one was like, you just did some vindictive shit, and this was from a female, so that kind of caters to why I don't befriend too many females. And so you came back and you did some fuck shit, and I was like, okay, well, even that I'm gonna try to forgive you. And then you just came back and you was just on some malicious, I don't want you to be friends with this person, so I'm gonna do everything that I can to break up y'all friendship because I want to be your friend. And so it's like, after all these things combined, I'm like, okay, you done lied to me, I can't trust you, you sneaky, whatever. So at that point, it's like, I'm done. Like, and that's just older me, because younger me you would have been out first try, and there wouldn't have been no kind of issue behind it. But yeah, biggest ones is lies and trust. But I guess those fall in the same category. What about for you? What makes you stop being a friend?
Honestly, the same. I mean, it depends on the lie. If you're consistently lying to me, then it's an issue. But I haven't really had any dramatic fallings out or falling outs. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I really haven't had any traumatic falling outs, but I've lost some girlfriends, and I don't even know what happened. I don't like that at all. Like a kid, we're adults. We don't talk every day, and we don't have to talk every day, but we're so cool. But like if I try to reach out, or if I have something going on, and then you say you're gonna, you'll make it, and you don't make it, and then the time comes around, you're ghosting me, you're not saying anything. Like I can't stand that. I can't, and that's happened to me twice. And honestly, I don't know what happened. Like in one case, this is an old friend from back in Alabama. I reached out, let them know I was having a kid. I have a baby shower coming up. And she was like, oh, yeah, I'll be there. I'm excited for me. The time comes around, I'm like texting, trying to get my RSVP, still not hearing anything. She stopped liking my stuff on social media. She stopped looking at my stuff on social media. And I'm just like, okay, what the hell happened? Like when fallouts like that happen, it pisses me off. It's just like literally nothing happened. And see, why did we stop talking?
That's where I'll be like that female vibe, because I'm like I had a chick that was on her way to being a friend, and I know exactly what I probably said to piss her off. But after that, she just stopped talking to me. She stopped doing the same thing, stopped following me on social media and doing all the things. And I was like, I even tried to reach out to her a couple times, and she ended up moving to another state, and she came back home, and I was like, we should get together for lunch or something. And so it's like, I feel like that if something's bothering you, just speak on it, like, so we can correct the behavior. But a lot of times, people don't know how to do that. And I think that comes more in female form than guy form, because guys will say, hey, that was fucked up that you did that, and then you know exactly where you stand, versus females have more of an emotional undertone to them. So
it's so emotional, but you're right about that.
So guys, even with each other, they be like, dude, that was fucked up. You shouldn't have did that. Like, and that's how they come at you. If you like a girl and you hang out, like, they'll tell you, I didn't like when you did that, or you shouldn't have did that, or whatever. So I think that's that's more of a, and that's just from my experience. I don't know. But I feel like that the emotions behind the friendship with women can become sticky too.
Yeah. Like I just, you're right. Women are too emotional.
I
and
fucking hate emotions.
I can't deal with the emotions.
No.
But yeah, like it's unfortunate that things like that happen. That and like I honestly cannot recall, and I'm quite sure that I didn't say anything for there to be an issue. Because I actually have another friend that kind of fell out with us, and I don't know why. Like I can't. It grinds my gears. Like what happened? Like why are we just like ghosting each other? Like what? Like I can't even talk. So I get your point. Like, but even at the end of the day, I can't imagine having guy friends like that. Like I just can't.
And it's okay, tomato.
And my husband, I know he has a few female friends. I mean,
How do you feel about that? Cause like, and that's where I feel like it gets muddy.
I don't trust these hoes.
Exactly. See, exactly.
Listen, I trust my husband wholeheartedly. Okay,
yeah,
but I don't trust these hoes, and I know they've been in the picture longer than me, but I'm his wife.
Exactly.
No matter how long you've been in the picture.
And so,
I don't trust them.
And that brings another point too. Like, if you're in a relationship, like a committed relationship, are you still allowed to have the friends quotation marks that you used to have? Like, are you supposed to get rid of these friends that you used to have? Because I had a dude I used to date, and he was like, he had a problem with me being friends with so many dudes, and I'm like, I ain't fucking them, so what's the point? Like, man, he was just like, nah. I don't want that energy.
I don't have a problem with the female friends at all, but I do have it. It becomes an issue when you can't tell me who you're hanging out with.
Yeah, yeah. Like, I feel like that if it's hidden motives or if it's lying, then yeah, you need to cut that relationship out. Because why do you need to lie? What are you trying to hide?
Exactly. Like he got a friend who just moved here or whatever, and he's just straight up, yeah, I'm gonna see her. She just moved here. She wants to see the baby or something like that. Like he'll let me know it's a she. Mm-hmm. But enough of that. The last thing I want to ask you is, how do you feel about friends with benefits?
Well, okay. I would have to answer. Younger me was all for it. Older me is looking for something more stable. But yeah, younger me was all for it because, like I said, I don't like all the drama and the emotions and stuff behind the relationship part of it. So, like, I remember I had this friends with benefits situation with this guy for years. Like, he actually was the guy I lost my virginity to. And we had an on and off thing for like probably about 10 years. And it was like he would be with somebody and we'd take a break, and I would be with somebody and we'd take a break. But when we were in between people, he was the go-to and I was the go-to, and we had this relationship for so many years. And then he was like, when I got ready to move to Atlanta, he was like, yeah, you are the type of girl I want to marry and all these. And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, right. Yeah, I'm like, why mess up a good thing? We've been chilling all this time. And I was like, you don't even know anything about me. You ain't even like, you don't know my favorite color. You don't know what I like to do in life. Like, let's just keep it to this. Like, it's fine. So, yeah, but I think it's cool as long as both parties have an understanding. And that's what it is. But I also know that eventually somebody will catch feelings because you're transferring energy.
Yeah, I had a little. Though my husband came, I had a little friend with benefits, and I was the one that caught feelings, and I didn't want to catch feelings. Actually, I'll say my husband was supposed to start off as a friend with benefits because we were not only were we working together, I was fully aware of his situation with his kids and the mother of his kids, and I don't really had time for that. Like I was young, in college. I was fine. Like I was just like, oh, he handsome. He can, let me see what to do. And then I caught feelings.
Oh, you caught hard feelings. Y'all married.
I got hard feelings. Yeah, I got married. But it sucked because the one actually the from previous I talked about it in our first episode when we were talking about plenty of fish. My Latin lover. That was my friend with benefit. Because yeah, he was like a really cool dude, and I wasn't looking for anything serious when I was on Plenty of Fish. I really just wanted friends, you know, because I'm not from Atlanta, and I really just wanted to meet people, and I wasn't looking for anything serious. And then it turned out he was like a really fun guy to be around, and we were on the same page. Like we didn't want anything serious. We were just, you know, kicking it. Yeah, and then I don't know what happened. I just something about him. I was like, oh my god, I really like this dude. But he didn't feel the same. But it's okay, you know. He's engaged now, and he and I'm married now, so it worked out, right? It's okay.
Oh my god, there's so many innuendos right there. Okay.
I don't know.
It's cool. It's cool. So what makes a person fall into the friend with benefits type situation to you? Like what makes it like you just find that person being cool and you don't see a relationship in them? Because that's what it really does for me. Like
yeah, like, that's it. Cause when we were kicking it, you know, I was like it was. I didn't see like marriage potential in it. Mm-hmm. I just thought he was a really cool dude, and I enjoyed being around him. I just enjoyed his company, and then I liked his friends, like his roommates, and it was cool. I liked them, and then I don't know what sparked the feelings, cause I had moved on, kind of. Like he was still in my back pocket, cause you know, we have our needs. But I had moved on, and then I went back to him, and then like we had made plans to go on a date. We hung out and did some nice stuff, and I was like, oh wait a minute, he's showing me a new sign. Like he take me to sushi and he gave me drinks. Like oh my god, I think I like him. But then he's like, nah, I don't want that. I was like, oh okay.
Like my bad.
My bad.
All right.
So, I don't know.
So yeah,
it's tricky business, guys. So if you got you a friend with benefits, be careful.
Yeah, definitely. So that was fun talking about friends and all of the different aspects of friendships. So
yes, A1. Thank you for this wonderful conversation. You know I love talking to you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of
Similar Thoughts.
I'll see you next week. Peace.
Bye.
If you enjoyed today's topic, let's keep the conversation going. Make sure you like us on Facebook at Similar Thoughts Podcast and follow us on Instagram and Twitter at _Similar Thoughts.
And also follow me at A1 the Artist. That's AONE _the _artist. And I am the Black Sheep. And that's I am _THA Black Sheep. Thanks again for listening. And you guys have a wonderful week.